What are we out here doing today?
Well, we're out here searching for Brian. We're covering this area as well as we can. These guys are working really hard. They come back every day fresh, ready to go, and it's hot. It's hot, it's wet out there, but they're working really hard. Well, the warrant doesn't change anything for us. We're working as hard to find him now as we did on day one. We've been deploying all the resources that we had available to us, all the staff, and these guys, their drive to find him on day one is...
You're listening to this search is supposedly changing direction more towards the Laundrie home. So that's what we're listening to right now. This is just coming in.
The same as today, regardless of the warrant. The staff that are out there searching, they get home and they're exhausted. They're out here working as hard as they can. And I tell you, the only break they have during the day is when they come back to get a bite to eat, and then they go back into the wilderness and they hit it hard again. When they get home, they shower, wash off the dirt from the day, and that's probably about the amount of energy that they have before they have to wake up and come back out for the next day.
But it's wearing. I mean, this is wearing on everyone.
This is wearing on everyone. Everybody has a level of stress. Everybody has the drive, and that's really what's carrying us through, is the drive to try to find Brian and try to put closure to this investigation.
What are the types of areas we're looking through?
We're looking through wooded areas. We're looking through bodies of water. We're looking through swampy areas, and we're deploying the resources to be able to do that. We have air units, we have drones, we have the swamp buggies, air boats, multiple law enforcement agencies. We have ATVs, we have UTVs, and we have officers on foot as well. So we're deploying every resource to get through any terrain that we encounter in our search areas.
Why is it important? I mean, we're certainly hearing a lot of feedback that we're wasting our time. Why is it important that we do this?
So what I would say to the public is there are many, many more resources we're deploying in here other than the search efforts that we're seeing here today. We have investigative means, we have other technology. Agencies are issuing search warrants for data, whether it be social media or some other investigative means, and then we do the search. So we're not wasting our time out here. We are doing our due diligence to find Brian and an area that intelligence had led us that he could possibly be in. And it's upon us to make sure that we search this area as best as we can, as massive as it is, with the resources that we have to try to find Brian.
Wow, that's a really key moment in this interview. And this is with, and we'll get the name here. It's
Commander Joe Fussell.
Commander Joe Fussell. And let's play back that last question here. This last question, and again, big kudos to the Northport Police Department for the transparency here. Josh Taylor, the public information officer, has been talking about how his department is committed to transparency here. This is a very transparent line of questioning here to ask to the commander here, who's literally walking the search area. But this last question is really, really important here. So let's see if we can back this up and listen in here one more time to that final question.
Resources we're deploying in here other than the search efforts that we're ATVs, we have UTVs, and we have officers on foot as well. So
listen here to the question here about what they say about all the folks that are out there claiming that this is a waste of time.
We're hearing a lot of feedback that we're wasting our time. Why is it important that we do this?
So what I would say to the public is there are many, many more resources we're deploying in here other than the search efforts that we're seeing here today. We have investigative means, we have other technology. Agencies are issuing search warrants for data, whether it be social media or some other investigative means, and then we do the search. So we're not wasting our time out here. We are doing our due diligence to find Brian and an area that intelligence had led us that he could possibly be in. And it's upon us to make sure that we search this area as best as we...
Okay, what they said when they were going to this report is that they were going to listen to this guy Josh, which we haven't heard from. This is not Josh. And that this search was going to be moved into a different direction, more towards the Laundrie home. Then they put this on, so I don't know if they have something after this, but that is what they said when they just cut away to this report. So he thinks this is, JB thinks this is really telling because they're saying that they are doing other things besides this search. I think most of us that follow true crime, cover true crime, understand that there are things going on behind the scenes we don't know, as in the procurement of search warrants and subpoenas for social media data and all of that. So I don't know what he thinks is so earth-shattering here, but apparently he finds it a little bit earth-shattering. So I was hoping more to hear about what he had said when he broke away about this moving towards the Laundrie home, and it may be coming up, I don't know, but I'm going to try to skip forward a little bit on this because this is something that
into and letting us know and letting us onto. And obviously there's information there that are keeping them out there and says that we need to be searching this as well as possible.
This is a key interview here in this process, and
First time they talked about it, really.
Really, that they have.
Okay, this is a little, I'm sorry, I don't have time for, let me see what here.
Putting this major puzzle together. So it's not just the search that's going on at the reserve, it's a bunch of tentacles that are out working in different areas.
Let's talk about this new video coming in here. And again, this is a
the one that I
video
wanted to
confirming
get.
what we've known now for days, Josh. This isn't the most ideal search area. It's swampy. It's muddy. It's got bumpy terrain, nasty. The elements here and the obstacles under the feet of officers and of search teams, they're difficult. But any and all means that are available to law enforcement. You heard their ATVs, UTVs, drones, dogs, everything that they can commit, they are committing here to this area. And again, this I'll say just this significant development here. It's the first time that law enforcement is saying, based on search warrants and social media search warrants and everything that they have done behind the scenes, they have reason to be here. This is their first time really saying that.
I really don't know where he's saying. That's not what they said, according to me. They said that they are doing other things. For the public that says we're wasting our time, there are other things that are happening here, other avenues we're searching. That doesn't mean that data, that stuff is getting them to this reserve. I don't know where JB is hearing this. I'm sorry, JB. You're a nice guy and everything, but I don't know where you're extrapolating that. I think you've got it a little bit mixed up, but okay. Let me just make sure that everything is going on here. That you guys can hear and stuff. Yeah, I don't know where JB is taking the procurement of search warrants and stuff and other things they're doing, data information, to mean that it's pointing them in these reserves. To me, this person was saying, this is not all we're searching. We have procurement of search warrants. We have subpoenas going out to social media. In addition to this, this is not the only search. This is not the only avenue we're looking at. But JB has taken it to mean that all of that, and this is like earth-breaking, is pointing them to the reserves. So not my take on it at all. Just meaning that we're not just searching the reserves. We are checking out all of that data. We are subpoenaing these companies, like they said, even Spotify and his social media accounts and all of that. And we're looking at the data that we have recovered, the hard drives from the van, all of that. And it's giving us another picture of maybe where we need to search or more search warrants we need to get, etc., etc. So I don't know where JB is thinking that, oh, wow, that means they have all that, says they should be searching in the reserves. Okay. And what he had originally said was that we were going to see video here that was going to tell us that they were changing direction and searching closer to the parents' house. Yes, that is what they said, Lisa. But then when he cut away to this video, that's not what we've heard to this point. Let me see what he's doing now. Let me see if I can
Publicly. And so this is a significant data. Could it be trail camera video, Ring doorbell surveillance video? Could it be social media tracking? There's so much. Data is such a vague term, Josh, but yeah.
It's so important nowadays because it's everywhere and it has to be looked at.
But the technological means that that's now a big part of this investigation and why they're searching this area here. They've got to have something pretty concrete here as far as being able to commit this amount of resources to this area.
I would love to just get a percentage, like I talked about the fires, 20% contained.
Okay, so JB is still thinking that all of the data is telling them to search in the reserves. And I mean, I don't know if you guys listen to that. That is not at all what I've heard there. Yes, I think what that officer was saying was, for all those people who say we're wasting our time out here, we are doing other things. JB is taking it to mean that everything is pointing them to the reserves. What did you take out of that video or that audio that you just heard? I truly believe and hear that, yes, we have other things going on. Hi, Deborah and everybody, Linda Uribe, Deanna, John Masaki, Cleta, welcome to everybody new. Lots of new people joining us. Welcome, welcome. I agree, Carolyn, they're searching because the parents said he was there. Yeah, and I think the officer is saying this, hey, this is not all we're doing. For those of you that think we are wasting our time out here, we have different things going on behind the scenes in addition. Yeah, Bridget, I don't know. I mean, and then somebody's going to come in the comments and say, if I think this guy is not on his game, then why are we listening to him? Well, because he is one of the reporters that's covering this. So that's what we have here. And we also have our, who we're going to go to right now, Brian Enton, on Twitter. So, but JB gets excited about things and explains that he's from New York, and so that makes him, I don't know. Sometimes I get a little frustrated with JB, but it's okay. I just don't understand how he's interpreting this another way, and why he just said we were going to get this video, and first he said it was going to be from Josh, and it wasn't from Josh, and he said it was going to show us that this was going to change direction, okay? And it was going to go towards the Laundrie home. Then he puts on this video, it says nothing like that. Let's see if he's discussing it now.
Such a weird area and it's so big, but I wonder if they have that kind of information, and that kind of gives us an idea how long it's taken.
Investigation and local and state agencies can provide here, but I think that this comment, Josh, speaks to our audience here wanting there to be an all hands on deck approach to combing through this area, because the quicker that they can maybe, I don't know if you could ever rule out this area, but the quicker that they can comb through this area with as many resources as possible, potentially the quicker that they can move on to other areas of the search.
Right. And the only indication of any kind of change in the search is through the governor a few days ago saying that he's authorizing as many state resources as possible. And that was our question, how has this grown in terms of resources? How many people have we seen added each day to the search? Yesterday was 75 individuals, 16 agencies, and today it was a little bit bigger according to Allison. But yeah, you would need authorization from the state in order to pull the guard to do that, and I don't think that this is grounds for that at this point, unless I don't know if that's unless the public was in any danger, or unless there was some reason to do that for the general public. I don't know the rule on how that is determined, and if it can be determined in a case like this.
Okay, no patience for that anymore. We're going to go to see what Brian Enton has. So Brian says Brian's out in the reserves, and he says he has a bad connection and will get back. He has a little 24 minutes ago. Let's talk to him. He was headed towards the reserves.
Speaking now? Okay, cool. So we're basically on our way to the other side of the reserve right now. It seems like the search area has sort of shifted from the Venice, Florida side, which would be like the western side of Carlton Reserve, now to sort of more the eastern side, which is on the Northport side. That seems like where most of the police are today.
Okay, so the search is changing from the Venice side to the Northport side, which would be closer to the Laundrie home.
So we're just driving over there now. I may lose you guys because last time we went over here, we lost all service.
Yeah.
Like once we got closer to the reserve. So if I lose you,
Just call us back
that's
later.
what happened. Just so you know.
All right, thanks. I think so. Okay, so thanks. See, Brian gives it to us concisely. JB's still going on about thinking the data search is leading them to the reserves. Anyway, whatever. It's moving closer to the Laundrie home. It's getting away from that Venice area where they've spent the last 2.5 days? Going towards Northport. Okay. Now I want to see something. Petito family friend was on a media show. I don't know whose that is. Her name is Maja. And she said Gabby was a free spirit, a dreamer, and an artist. Evil extinguished one of the brightest lights on the planet. And she said she will not say Brian Laundrie's name. Let me see here. According to Brian, the memorial visitation for Gabby will still be happening, open to the public, Sunday 12 to 5 at Maloney Holbrook Funeral Home. It's 825 Main Street, Holbrook, New York. And 5 hours ago, the search at the reserves started for Brian. Of course, we have no new updates on, finding him, unfortunately. And I wish they would get out of these reserves because I do think they are on a wild goose chase searching in there. And they really should be checking out that camping trip and where the GPS say the father's truck was with that camper, and if that Mustang was along for the ride, etc., etc. And did he take Gabby's van? Did he take Gabby's van on that camping trip? Because if he took Gabby's van on that camping trip, it's very possible they could have stopped at a car wash and whatnot to clean stuff up. Who knows? I mean, they have Gabby's van, so they know where that's been. But that Mustang, that truck, have they gone to the local RV parks? What do they know about where the family camps in the area? Did the family go up the Appalachian Way those 3 days and drop off supplies that were thrown in that camper? What's going on with that? When was that camper? Was that really, truly purchased after Brian returned from Florida? Did we check up on what these Guthrie neighbors have said? Can that be substantiated? It's like, I know they can't give it to us. It's driving me crazy. And thank you, Eileen Skorko, for becoming a detective rambler. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, wow, it's just Susie B. Linda says, I am only going with facts, not what ifs. Rick Carroll and so much more. I hope they're investigating. Yeah, I really think he's not anywhere in those reserves. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, I feel you. You feel he's far away from there. Hi, Bridget. Nana Patty. Deborah Vancouver in. Deanna, I said Samara. The parents got a lot of groceries for just 2 people. Watch them closely. Pull up their carpet. Maybe a bunker. I doubt it, because you can't even have basements in Florida, so that would be very highly unlikely. And the FBI heading this search. If so, they have good reason. The FBI is heading the search, but the good reason is the parents saying that he took off there. Kevin says, I was shocked by a comment John Walsh made earlier on the news. Which comment? Tell me which comment. Is it from a day or 2 ago, or is it something new? Mamie says, I do not believe he is in there, not with these conditions. If he went in there, he may not survive. How awful his parents will feel if he dies in there. Okay, so I'm trying to catch up and see if I can find out what. Maybe Dad bought 2 campers. I'm reaching out, but I don't know, Miss Ladybug said. Linda Uribe says there is something else drawing police to this area besides the parents. Okay, Linda, I mean, I really hope so, right? I just can't see his mom letting him live in the swamp, Miss Ladybug says. To me, the reason the FBI took over is because there was good reason. He is long gone. Yeah, they're moving the location closer to Northport now, honey. They're moving it away from the Venice area they've been, and they're going closer to the Laundrie home near Northport. But they're still in the reserve, just towards the Northport. John Walsh hoped Brian killed himself and saved the taxpayer money, not my words. Is that the one he did with his son? Because Jimmy said that his son said, oh, he's not going to kill himself because narcissists don't do that. And narcissists don't usually do that, and cowards or whatever he said. But if they're backed enough and they have no choice and what's ahead of them is something they can't fathom, they will do it, just like Photos Doulos did it. He's such a little, there's no way he's survived in there. His parents have totally set him up. He ruined 2 families. Who cares? You are welcome, Debbie. Let me go look at some other updates besides JB. Let me just see if JB has anything that I just have to skip him along sometimes to see if he's on to something.
In cases, I believe they have been involved in the search in some areas of the country, but here I don't know how that would play out. A little bit.
Let's see here. A lot of comments coming in here.
Got room for one more?
Okay. He's not. He's still just... All right. Let me go to... I'm telling you, I'm working on this timeline. I've been working on this timeline for like the last 3 hours, and I had to walk away again. Just because it gets, with my perfectionism and stuff, and I have to walk away and say, Carol, just get it out because you're going to obsess over it. And I am, and I'm like looking for this picture, that picture, and then I just said, that's it, I have to walk away and just do this. Otherwise, I wasn't going to even get the afternoon update on. So, I mean, this morning when I went back to it, I was all fresh. Now already I felt myself getting the, oh my gosh, you got to stop. Okay. All right, so let's see. Get a recent update here. Wow, you know what? Hold on a minute. Oh, hang on, I see. All right, let's see here. Last night, we know that Brian left without his phone or his wallet, okay? So he does not have a phone or a wallet. According to his parents said that they were concerned that he might hurt himself because he left home without the phone or the wallet. And that was from somebody, that was a source. We went through that last night. Let's see here. So we know his warrant is out for the use of unauthorized devices, that he was in her accounts using a debit card, using a PIN number, and that he charged or removed money more than $1,000 between the dates of August 30th and September 1st, according to the indictment. And the attorney for the Laundrie family kept emphasizing that the warrant was not for Gabby's death, but it was related to the activities that he took part of afterwards. And said, it is my understanding that the arrest warrant for Brian Laundrie is related to the activities occurring after the death of Gabby Petito and not related to her actual demise. And that's Stephen Bertolino. Said the FBI is focusing on locating Brian, and when that occurs, the specifics of the charges covered under the indictment will be addressed in the proper forum. Now, this woman in Canada who keeps saying that she has spotted Brian in Canada, which, okay, this is, seriously, are we joking here? I think everybody wants 15 minutes of fame here. This is so ridiculous. It's not even funny. I'm sorry. I'll show it. Just to show the ridiculousness of this. Yeah, this looks. Yeah. Okay. This even looks like this is something from the van. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is crazy. Yeah. That looks like a really bad Photoshop job, especially you see this. And the way this is so fuzzy around his head. Yeah, okay. All right, lady. Send that into the FBI. I hope you have. Sorry, that's a little crazy. So that was a flight attendant. So she said that she snapped a flustered man and said he looked strikingly similar to Gabby Petito's missing boyfriend. Okay, if she was a flight attendant and snapped these pictures of this flustered man, they're making it sound like she was on an airplane when she did it, but that's not. The woman said on TikTok. Really? I wonder if she just started her account for this. That she spotted the man on Monday as he walked out of the hotel in Toronto where she was staying. The man who appeared flustered then got into a car and drove off with another man. Okay, let me check. I'm just going to check this out because she's got, I'm going to look at her TikTok, her account here. I'm not even going to give her a shout out with this account because it's so funny how these people are going just to TikTok or something to leave something and starting a brand new account to do that. Oh, now they're talking about the spirit boxes. Okay. Yeah, and some psychic said in one of the spirit box readings that Brian was going to Canada. Okay, yeah. No, okay. All right. The FBI file on that one. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Could you check
Yeah.
this?
Hey, everybody.
Check that, see if it's the regular. I think it is.
Oh, I don't want it right now. Thank you.
I know, but you check and see if it is. The kids ruffling it. You get ready to come home.
Okay.
The practice was canceled.
Practice just canceled. Why?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
No, that's not like that's spicy. Okay. So let me see. Did you wash your hands after you left the store?
Yes, I did. Here, I'll show you that here.
Okay. Dare to be different. High nurse of all trades.
In my process of elimination.
That's regular.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hi, Robin Lane.
Hi, Robin May.
I'm so reactionary. I want to go beat the crap out of kickboxing with Brian's face. See, Carolyn is a calm, logical thinker. Who said that? Evan B. Well, I go bike riding after this, and now it's a sunny day. At least I can go. It rained so bad yesterday. If all else fails, but yeah, spirit box is okay. This is you know what direction all of this is going to go in, right? You know. Okay. Let's see what else. If there's anything else. Okay, where are the? I'm surprised Brian Enton hasn't given us the. Let me go back to him to see if he said anything about the Laundrie's parents' whereabouts. Let's see. So Brian is at the reserve. Let's see what he's doing at the reserve.
Someone's asking if the parents will ever have a normal life here again. Yeah, the neighbor that we're, staying on his front yard. He was sort of talking to me about the same thing last night, just sort of suspecting that they'll have to move at some point.
Yeah.
The Laundries, just because the neighbors are obviously not happy with them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the special last night. We put a lot of work into it, and I think I like the way it turned out. I liked that we had.
Okay, let's see what else he's got here. Okay, no, he doesn't really have much on there, so about the parents. Let me see if I. Okay, let's see. Okay, so they had groceries delivered today. Brian Laundrie's parents had their groceries delivered as they hunkered down, blinds shut and lights off. Okay, and they do have a woman bringing like 1, 2, 3, it looks like 5 bags of groceries. And it looks like Mrs. Laundrie is opening the door. So, I mean, we know they had to get groceries delivered. I figured that was going to happen. Okay. There are so many. Brian Laundrie could be anywhere. Spotted in Mexico restaurant. Okay, but they have his face blocked out. A picture that has circulated on Twitter appears to show a man who's wearing a white t-shirt and black shorts and sitting at a table at a restaurant in Mexico. It's not known when the alleged picture was taken, but we'll just, circle it out there with a head totally pixelated. Oh, please. I'm sorry, I lose patience with the crap. And like I said to someone last night, there was something that was brought in, and someone said, well, why do I get upset? Why do I get upset? Because here's what the thing is. Other channels and other social media accounts put out so many fake things, and then it never fails that those people come in and then say something. Oh, did you hear that, she was pregnant and this and that, and then it turns into twins, and then it turns into twins giving up for how we've seen in other cases. And the problem is they don't just stay there and listen to that. Then they bring it over to channels that want to deal with facts, and it's not just one time. It's like over and over, and I can just see it coming, and it gets me really, I don't know, aggravated, I guess. So, yeah, I do show my aggravation when I see the same questions, or somebody thinking that, maybe he decided to do a Facebook Live from the reserve that has terrible Wi-Fi, that the news crews are having a hard time getting their Wi-Fi to hook up to, that's, that he may not understand that he's using his Wi-Fi when he doesn't even have a phone or a wallet with him. So, yeah, I don't know. Gets, whatever it is before checking. Yeah. Deanna says, congratulations on 39K. Did we hit 39K? You know, I didn't even look. I didn't think. Let me see. I even looked at that. Yes, we have. Well, thank you very much for bringing that to my attention, Deanna. That's great. Great news. I think we have to have a big something at 40,000. Wow. Okay. We'll have to plan something for 40,000. Maybe we'll have Jimmy will give a concert or something. Let's see here. I'm just trying to go into my YouTube studio for a second. Oh yeah, we're over 39,000, so won't be long. We have to figure out what we'll do for 40,000 milestone. That's a big milestone. Wonder if you'll get, oh, not until you hit 100,000, high 61. You gotta hit 100,000 for that. Yeah, you want me to check the live news? Yeah, well, JB is the live. We don't just I know some channels are just broadcasting and streaming the news. First of all, I think they're not supposed to be doing that because of copyright, number one. Number two, if someone wants to watch live news, it's on YouTube anyway, which hence the copyright. To be circumventing their audience because you're streaming it live is not too cool. But some people don't care about that until they get struck. Let's see here now. That's why I play little clips in the back and not going to circumvent their audience. Let's see. They didn't have anything. What is going on? Hold on. Okay. I'm not, let's see. All they're showing right now is a drone going up in the air, so yeah. Yeah, they're actually not even, they're actually have, I think they're taking a break right now. Because it's like a little montage. Oh, I don't see anything.
Petito, who still is out.
Yeah, nothing happening. Does Brian have a life? Does Brian have a life? Does Brain have a life? You have Brain. Does Brain have a life? Who's Brain? Brian has distinctive finger tattoos, but we don't see his parents showing pictures of his hands and pleading to help find him. I must admit, I'm watching and following from Australia, and this has affected me. Hi, Sandra P. Thank you. I think they must have more information than just based on the parents saying he went there, because that is a massive search. I would never do that. Biting flies, no thank you. There, it's a West Coast thing. Oh, brain dead. Brian, brain, tomato. I want him to have a looking life in prison. Brian Enton should get an award. He has been including everyone, reporting like a person, and he could teach. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Yes, Brian Enton. Yes, he's been right there and right in the thick of it, spending the night on the neighbors' lawns. Not too much, Janet. Not too much, Jen. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Hi, Jody. We want facts, not fluff, right? Reserve is hot, human, and miserable. Report of the nest. What is it like in the reserves? Yeah, I think it's just because they're just trying to stay on, and there's really nothing to stay on about. Hey, poised nosologist, thank you for becoming a deputy rambler. We really appreciate that. Hi, Lucy Love. But the search is moving from Venice, where they've been the last 2.5 days, towards the Northport side, towards the home, but still in the reserves. But they have other things going on behind the scenes. Search warrants were referenced, maybe for the truck, maybe for the GPS. It does seem to be a little late to be getting that, but... Henny says if he's not talking to his mom at this point, he's dead. Henny, if he doesn't have a phone, how can he talk to his mom? He supposedly has no phone, no wallet. That again is according to his parents, who could have very well hid that stuff or lied about it. But I don't think he would be stupid enough to use a phone when he knows they can track his location and everything from that. Maybe he has a new phone, burner phone. Nobody knows about. That would make a lot more sense that he has a burner phone. But also then if they subpoena the, if the parents bought anything like that on a credit card or a debit card, and of course if they paid cash or had someone buy it for them, sure. But they could also, I guess, check the major places to purchase those from and see whose purchases have been made where, in Northport, how many track phones have been. So I guess there's some way. It would take a long time to do that. Be interested in hearing from Brian's real life friends. Yeah, everybody says ex-girlfriends. It's very possible he never had a girlfriend before. Gabby. He's only 23 years old. They do have a picture of them in high school. Let me get the, hold on a minute. I just had it out when I was doing the timeline. A lot of people are reporting them as high school sweethearts, and that's not true. Remember, there was a hard drive found in Gabby Petito's van, too, that they have. Okay, hang on. Of course, I'm not finding it now. One second, let me just see something. Where is Brian's sister's been awfully quiet, hasn't she? There is a supposedly a neighbor that's also put up a reward for $5,000 for anything leading to the capture of Brian Laundrie. And I want to just look at one thing here. Hold on one second, because okay, here's what I want to get this. very, just trying to see here. You know, I just want to look at something really. I hope. Let me see here. Okay, so Gabby's hometown of Blue Point, Long Island is paying tribute to her. There are hundreds of teal ribbons up already in Blue Point. So they're honoring her with teal ribbons. Which is a show of support from people who feel helpless after learning about her death. So one of the East Islip residents, Jeannie Bekvar, said, the story is closely tied with her own. She said, I can feel what the parents feel because I lost a daughter 5 years ago, so I know what they feel like. For others, the feeling is harder to pinpoint. Perhaps that Gabby had documented her trip with Brian Laundrie so extensively on social media is what has people so invested and think they knew her. She just seemed like a very innocent, sweet girl, and we all felt like she was our daughter, said Bayport resident Carol Ann Tantillo. In a small town where some of us are at a loss for words, and teal-colored ribbons now fill an emptiness and make a statement that this tragedy has tied so many of them together. So, they're not saying why teal. It was her favorite color, or? Here's another one. Let's see here. Teal ribbons. Oh, the color of Gabby Petito's eyes. That's what they are. They're the color of her eyes. Blanket the Bayport Blue Point community, and a big banner is on display at the center of it all, remembering the 22-year-old originally from Long Island whose life was tragically cut short. Everybody knew her, says Seth Needleman, who's the treasurer of the Bayport Blue Point Chamber of Commerce. Everyone knows the family. For something like this to happen is very tragic. So this is a banner that's up there. Hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure I get this right, because who's messaging me? There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, and that is on the Hollywood banners donated. This banner paying tribute to Gabby at the intersection of Montauk Highway and Nichols Road in Bayport. Tips have been pouring into the FBI with potential sightings of Brian, but he has not been found. And then there's these teal ribbons. They're hanging from poles in Blue Point. So in the meantime, in Northport, Florida, there's a growing memorial in Gabby's honor, and here on Long Island, flags fly at half-staff in her memory. van she was traveling was okay. Hang on. Hold on, Northport. So that was from the disappearance. I was just looking at something, but Laundrie. Okay. So Gabby graduated from Bayport Blue Point High School in 2017. 2 years ago, moved from Long Island to Florida, where she lived with Laundrie. She spent the past year working as a pharmacy technician and saved her money so that she could take to the road and fulfill her dream as a teenager to tour the national parks. She's very artistic, creative, free spirit, noting that her daughter loves living life. She wanted to just get on the road and go. She wanted to see everything and do everything. Her mother described her as a healthy and normal with a flair for art that led her to express herself with tattoos and navel piercings. She's just one of those fun kids, her mother said. Okay, hang on one second. That's what I wanted to get at. Okay, so in lieu of flowers for the memorial service, and this is from the family, okay. In lieu of flowers, please send donations to the future Gabby Petito Foundation through the Johnny Mack Foundation. So I'm going to just put that. In there, because that goes to the Johnny Mack. I'll put that in there. Anybody wants to? That's from the family. Oh, it's not, let me see. Did that go in? Okay. And I was just trying to see something else from there. Okay, services for our sweet Gabby will be held at the Maloney Funeral Home in Holbrook on Sunday, the 26th, from 12 to 5. Thank you all for your support and love. And then in lieu of flowers, the foundation, I'm trying to see here what else we have. Okay. That's about all there is. There's nothing else to report right now. I'm just going to check in one more time with, let's see what they're doing here. Looks like Brian Enton is over with JB. So
let's see. I really try not to lose touch with the fact that, Gabby Petito was like a beautiful person, creative person, a dreamer. Seemed like she had such an incredible life ahead of her. And I've been so focused on the investigation and Brian Laundrie that, I would really, it'd really be, an honor to interview like Gabby Petito's parents. I haven't had the chance to do that. And get a chance to really tell her story also.
What do you think, Walt?
I think, well, first of all, I think the Laundries are a great pick. But if we're going to dream here, I guess I would want to interview Brian Laundrie himself as hard.
8. All right, back here with you live.
I just want to give him all our reporters out there.
And again, if you're just joining us here, we heard from Commander Fussell about how they have been monitoring, that they have search warrants for data. That's new. Search warrants for data. And then he mentioned social media, and that they have information that leads them to be committing this much of a search effort, or as much resources here as we're seeing here on your screen. That the reason that they have so many people here is because they have information that they can't reveal at this time that leads them to believe that Brian Laundrie it could be here. So with social media, can that just be to throw them off? Is there a way that social media and the information that that law enforcement has. Could it be misdirection tactics by Brian Laundrie or by Brian Laundrie's family? This is some of the chatter that's out there right now, Josh, on social media.
Absolutely. I was just looking at something, TMZ pops up in my breaking news alerts, as it does often with all kinds of news sources. And TMZ, again, take it with a grain of salt. But now that there's a federal manhunt, I think we're going to see a big influx of near sightings or possible sightings. And they just came out with one that there was a possible sighting in Canada. So just a note to be aware of out there if you have
Texas Democrat.
That's about it there with the search. So I guess I'm going to end this now, and I'm going to go probably take a bike ride and then go try to work on that timeline video again. Can you please give, Cassie, can you give an anonymous tip? Please help Gabby. What? What's going on? Who's Cassie? The sister? Are you just making a plea out to the sister? Penny? Or is there someone named Cassie in here? What's going on? Who's Cassie? Cassie the sister?
My sister?
No, not your sister, Jimmy. Or was there someone in here? I don't know. I think she's making a plea out to the sister. Yeah, I agree. She's not gonna... You can't hear me now? You still cannot hear me. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me, Sassy Darcy? Okay. Yeah, I guess you must hear me because you're answering me. All right. I'll see you guys later on today, and if something happens. When I go out for a bike ride, stuff happens, so who knows, right? But I'll see you guys later. Yep. And I'll talk to you later. Bye now. Let me end this stream here.